What's up, world? My name is Stanley Wall Jr., fourth year graduating graphic design major, Panama City, Florida. Nobody know what that is, so I'm putting on for my city in Tallahassee, you know. Um, I kind of do some graphic design, nothing too major.
My name is Elijah Rutland. I'm a third year graphic design student at Florida A&M University.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is KEYTRON Jordan. I'm a graphic design major from Miami, Florida.
My name is Aiyana Nicole Ishmael, and I am a broadcast journalism student.
Hey, what's up? My name is Rayon Gilpin, aka Chef. I'm a current student at Broward College, and I'm studying film. Film has been like my life for the past, going on 2 years actually. I always think I had, now looking back, I always felt like I had a thing for film. And you know, I'm reaching to the point where I need to figure out something I'm gonna be good at and I want to do for the rest of my life. So film is that thing, I believe. I've been doing this for 2 years consistently, and yeah, man, there's no going back from here. No going back. No.
Well, it's not what I initially wanted. My first major was architecture, but I took an architecture internship like in between like my high school graduation and my first year here, and I didn't like it at all. Like I was so involved too. I made like a whole floor plan for a whole restaurant. They actually used it. It's called Mr. Big's Pizza in Port St. Joe. But I was seeing like how they operated over there, and like that was kind of like what my life was gonna look like, and I did not want to do it. It felt like it was too boxed in, and I couldn't see no happiness there. So I DM'd the Dean of Architecture at FAMU, and he told me to try out graphic design because he said I sound like a creative. And I was like, you ain't wrong. So 4 years later, here I am being recorded, you know what I'm saying?
I chose my major because during my commute from high school, when I was coming to FAMU, I discovered my passion for graphic design. So I just was like, I'm a major in it, why not?
For most of my life, I didn't realize that there was an industry where people do that. So I would just kind of draw the stuff I liked. Then I started painting shoes in high school. That was kind of where things started to pick up. Then I went to college and I kind of started experimenting in different mediums. And then it was time for me to start applying for internships. And that was when I realized that there was a whole industry where people have careers doing what I've been doing my whole life.
I've always been a writer, I think, when I was younger, but once I got to middle school, I went into theater because I was really into acting and performing arts. And then once I got to high school, I auditioned and went to a magnet performing arts school for theater. So I spent 4 years really kind of falling in love with the idea of storytelling. But once I got to my senior year, I was like, I love the arts for what it is, but it's not what I see myself doing. So I found a new way to tell stories through writing. My biggest goal is to become editor-in-chief of a fashion magazine, ideally Vogue, Teen Vogue. Those are my top two. I can always also say Cosmo. Cosmo was the first magazine I ever picked up, so those are like the top companies I would love to one day be the head honcho for. And then after that, I would love to start my own publication. I think that'd be fun to have something start from the ground up. And then also it's like a side thing, it's really random, but I'm obsessed with reality TV, so I'd love to become a producer for a reality TV show one day.
Just to be the most successful person, like in what I do, I just want to be alive in every way, as far as like building a family, building wealth, happiness, etc.
Some of my goals and aspiration is to definitely make a film that would inspire the masses. So I want to make like a coming of the age day film where, you know, people talk about it, like one of those film where, you know, it's a must see from, you know, from a younger generation up to an older generation. I want to make film that, could have like, could target that age range. And another thing, what I want to do is, create documentaries on, various cultures, people. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people in this world that is not getting the light shine up on them. Like countries, I feel like there's so much great countries and great communities and great people out there. And nobody's probably people are getting them, but like, how would it be coming from a person like me, Like, you don't really see nobody that looks like me doing these type of stuff. So that's one of my goals and aspirations, is to go traveling around the world and create those type of films, documentaries.
I guess short-term goals would be to finish college as successfully as possible. And I want to start working at a studio, like Warner Brothers or Disney or Cartoon Network. I'm not really super particular yet. I think I want to start as either a character designer or background layout painter. I'm not really sure. But I just want to start with there and then continue building my business that I started. I want to eventually stop taking commissions, only focus on creating original work that I like. Okay. My more long-term stuff would be to have my own show. I eventually want to be the president of a major studio, so I can like facilitate bringing in more people that look like me.
Well, when I grow up, I'm not trying to be like an actual graphic designer. Like, I'm just using this to get me into another art school, which will actually get me into grad school. And I'm trying to get into the school called School of Visual Arts in New York. So I'm learning like a whole bunch, like everything art, like painting, drawing, designing. Like, I'm trying to learn film, all that type of stuff. So graphic design is just pushing me towards that. Because once I get older, I will become a creative director for my own brand. And I'm trying to be a model, like walk on runways. I'm trying to be on TV, trying to deliver TED Talks. I'm trying to do everything. Whatever I can do to bring Black people together through art, that's what I need to figure out how I'm gonna do all that. And that's why I like fashion. Because people bond over clothes and they don't even know it. So yeah, that's some of my goals. I can't tell you everything, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm currently editor-in-chief of Journey magazine, so I think that's what I am doing to kind of push forward with my first goal of becoming editor-in-chief of a big publication. And then kind of just producing content is a big thing on the digital media side, and just getting involved is what I'm doing. I'm special events chair for Warriors Against Rape, which is something I'm really passionate about, and creating events. And I'm also the student representative for the Online News Association's board of directors. So.
All right, so I'm gonna just tell you my goals. I mean, the goal for college is to graduate, but I really want to graduate and like the next day or the next week or whatever. I just want to like go straight in my career, you know what I'm saying? Like have something lined up for graduation. So right now I'm just applying for internships. I interviewed with a couple people, waiting to hear back from some people, some companies. So yeah, the ultimate goal is just to have a job lined up after graduation, because I don't like, it's in my family. People graduate college and then just go back home and then do nothing. I don't want to be like that.
I'm doing graphic stuff. I'm involved in occasional photo shoots. I got 3 coming up in the next 2 weeks, matter of fact. And I'm just like getting my networking skills better and trying to perfect my portfolio so I can get to another school. Because once I get there, I'll know I'm on the right track. So, besides me working with organizations on campus, like I do flyers for the NAACP. I intern with FAMU Athletics. I work with Journey magazine. I'm in AIGA, which is like a basically like a graphic design organization that we created through the school, and I'm just trying to do everything to get my experience up. So like once I get to the next school, I got a leg up over everybody, and none of that stuff is truly mandatory besides the internship I just said. So I'm just trying to like be great in every aspect of life and help people along the way. So I feel like that's definitely gonna help me for the future, you know. At least I'm young thinking about this right now. Most people don't think about this until it's too late. So, yeah, that's that.
I did march, and I was in the March 100.
Yeah, flex that real quick.
I played trumpet. So yeah, but since then, I've just been kind of had tunnel vision ever since I left marching. So.
It's tough, man. Like the balance between my job and school, 4 classes, and I work a full-time job. I work at Publix warehouse. For those who know, warehouse jobs is could be gruesome, straight labor. So by the time I'm done with that, I wake up 3 in the morning to go to work at 4. And then sometimes I'm there till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, evening, or whatever. And after that, I'll be too burnt to to even, keep up with my homework assignments. And it kind of hinders my ability to think creatively. So the best advice I could give is, be strong. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm being strong. And being strong is one thing, but you gotta be mentally prepared and physically prepared. Because if you don't have those two, man, you could fall short easily. Easily, you could fall short easily.
I mean, although it's my passion, I really love doing it. It's like sometimes I just stay up at night doing what I love. Creating whatever, whatever comes to my mind. But at the same time, school comes first, always. Like, if I have assignments, I have to do assignments. But usually it's like, I'm a graphic design major, so it's like my assignments is designing. So that's also fun too. So you just have to make it fun. Don't make it like business, or don't think of it as it's just another assignment. Make it fun so you can learn. It's all about learning.
I just do it. But one thing that helps me is that I actually love school. So it's not like when I'm doing like my work that's quote unquote schoolwork, it doesn't really feel like work. It just feels like a task I have to do. So once and I had to learn that. I had to learn how to switch my mentality. 'Cause I used to complain about shit, like when I would have to do it, but I didn't want to do it. So I just kind of had to self-discipline myself, like, look, this is one thing you have to do. And I had the mentality that all this work I'm doing right now is temporary. But once I get to the next level, all this will just be a part of the past. And if I don't do this, I won't get there. So by me thinking like that, it just helps me just zoom by everything I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I want to like party on the weekends or even like throughout the week or something, I'll just wake up earlier, do what I have to do, and start my day faster. So my advice would just be to start your day earlier, honestly. Everybody got the same 24 hours, but yeah.
That is a great question. We're still figuring that one out. I would just say planning and knowing like what works for you. Like, I know people are big on planners, but I am big on planners, but then I forget to go back to them. So truthfully, my phone is the best planner I've ever had, because I can just go, hey Siri, remind me at so-and-so time to do this. And that is the only way I'll be able to keep up with everything that I have to do, and just like making sure you make time for yourself and like setting boundaries, because with Journey and like school, everything can get overwhelming. But I make a plan after 8 o'clock, Monday through Friday. My phone is on Do Not Disturb, and then truthfully on the weekends, my phone is on Do Not Disturb all day. Just because it's like, you need some time to like shut down and like have some time off from how crazy and hectic your schedule can be. So I'm really big on like saying no. Like, I don't go out as much, because that free time that I do get on the weekends is meant for me to like reset and like get ready to go back into another hard week.
The main thing I do is I usually put myself on a schedule from like 9 to 5, or 8 to 5. It's usually 9, where I dedicate that time period to do all my school work. So I try to do all my studying. I do like all my homework in between, like in my gaps between classes. So between 9 and 5, like all my school stuff's out the way. So if I get home or anytime after 5, then I can devote that to working on my art, or if I need to edit a video for YouTube or something, I can do all my like creative stuff then without like without the guilt, I guess, of knowing that I have a homework assignment to do or something like that. So that's probably the best way I do it.
Not being broke. Like, and that also goes like a lot of my friends like who never left for college back at the crib, like they're just like me. Personality, like I mean I dress a little better, but personality, like we're the exact same, but like they didn't leave, or they didn't leave after high school, they just started working, and they like threw their dreams away. Like all they do is like this simple stuff that you can do like on the weekend, but they do that all the time. And me, like I just felt like I had to be different. Like I feel like I have to do stuff, I have to be productive. Not everybody's like that. So me having like people who I care about and are close to me, the complete opposite of me, it pushes me to keep doing what I'm doing. And plus, like I feel like when you black, you just have to be way more qualified than the next man, especially another black man as well. So I just feel like I have to continuously find ways to separate myself. And that's my motivation. That drives me. Is being different.
Family. My mom, she invests a lot of me, and that's really like what wakes me up in the morning. Also God. I'm sorry, I should have said him first, but my mom really, because she believes in me, and I gotta show her, I gotta make her proud.
Success motivates me. It gets me up every morning, and it gets me through the day.
I honestly say myself and my family. I think I've always been a self-motivated person. Like whatever I want, I'm gonna get, and that's what I'm like big on, because if I want it, like I know that only I can make it happen. So I motivate myself every day to keep pushing forward, because I see where I've come from and where I want to go, and I know like it's nonstop for me. And then also my family, because I think they're really proud of me and they always tell me how proud they are of me. So I kind of push so I can give back to my mom, because she kind of sacrificed a lot of money to let me do everything I want to do, because I spent a summer in New York doing an unpaid internship. That's like not common for especially like black people. Like we don't have the money to just take off and do that, but she made it possible. So I work super hard so that I can, you know, give back to her one day.
It's a few things. I would say it's probably seeing other people succeed, other people like me succeed in the industry. It's just something recently, it's like thinking back, like when I was younger, then I obviously like the sacrifices and stuff my parents had to make that, like at the time I didn't realize what it was, but then when I think back, I'm like, oh, they did this, or they missed out on this so I could have this opportunity, whatever. So just thinking about my parents, then I have a younger sister and brother, and I just want to try to set the best example I can for them. And then also seeing like some of my friends from high school, like some of them like just took the wrong path after graduation, and then seeing them, how like at one point we were like right there together, but like only one or two decisions put them on a completely different track in life. So I just want to make sure I can stay as far away as possible from like a life I don't want to live. So yeah, those are probably the main things.
Success is when you have achieved your goal. Like you set out a goal that you want to reach. You had a short-term goal, long-term goal, and you met the short-term and the long-term, and now it's just like you at the finish line, but really it's never a finish line. After that finish line, it's just like more to get to. So it's just like, I mean, I don't know how to define success, because you never there, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, it's always room for improvement. I'm not gonna sit back and say, oh, I'm successful now. It's like, I'ma always be learning in life. There's always something to learn, always something to gain, it's always something new, so.
I would define it as being content and happy with whatever you're doing. So whether what that means, like you have a lot of money, or whether you might not have a lot, but you're doing something that you love to do. I think just underlying meaning is happiness with whatever stage of life you're at.
Success for me personally is when I can say I left an impact on someone else. I know as like journalism, it's all about giving a voice to the voiceless, you know, telling people's stories. And it's also for me just being the representation that I so desperately wanted when I was growing up. Like, I didn't have a plus size Black woman working in the office that I wanted to work in. So if me making it means that one little girl sees me randomly and she's like, hey, she looks exactly like me and she made it, I can do it, that's success to me, because I didn't have that, so I would love to be that for someone else, you know?
I would definitely say look at tutorials on YouTube, because YouTube is a good teacher, a great teacher. It's my teacher, actually. Like, when I found out about graphic design, it was my senior year, but that senior year, I didn't get to take the class that they offered at my high school, so I just had to learn on my own. Like, one day I just seen a party flyer, I was like, I can make that. I'm gonna go on YouTube and just how to, you know what I'm saying? So YouTube is a great teacher. That's something to use. Like, you should definitely use that. Look at a video, like one video every day. You'll definitely get there. Like, wherever you want to be, as far as your skills, you could definitely get there with YouTube.
Probably the best advice would be just to keep drawing, because like what I realize now is like a lot of times I get questions and stuff from people that would ask me, like, how do you develop an art style, or how do you come up with characters, stuff like that. And a lot of it is you just have to make a lot of bad drawings until you come up on one good one or two good ones or whatever. So consistency is really the main thing. Consistency and creativity. I would encourage, especially my younger self, this will go for many other people too, but I would strongly consider you to focus on creating original work, because you know it's cool to draw Mario Black or draw the cast of Recess as Black people, but now we need original stuff. And like, if you're applying to studios, you can't apply with a portfolio of like Mickey Mouse Black or stuff, because you know that's just not what they need. And if they do hire you, it's going to be because of what you yourself can bring to the studio or to the field. So I would definitely focus on creating original work, making sure you own your work, because when you do that, then you're independent and you can kind of you have more freedom and you can navigate how you want.
First, don't be afraid to fail, and then second thing, do something every day to better your craft. I think a lot of people talk big game about what they want to do, but they're not actually working towards it. So I always give advice of you should do one thing every day that's going to make you better, and then eventually all the things will add up and you'll be where you need to be.
Don't stop. Do not stop. If you start something, finish it. Don't stop, man. Don't stop. No matter what, no matter how hard you fail, you're supposed to fail hard, right? Am I saying that right? Fail hard. Well, I don't want to say fail hard, but you're gonna fail. Just expect failure, because from every failure, there's gonna be success. And that's one advice I could give to everybody that's gonna watch this.
Get out of your shell. Because even my professor tells us, like, a lot of graphic design students, we tend to be like more reserved, but like you have to be the complete opposite of that. Because you always hear that there are people who will be less qualified than you, but like if they know how to present themselves, they will probably get more farther than you, regardless of what you know or what you don't know. So my best advice is to continue to look for ways to stay out of your shell, because you don't want to feel like boxed in, because you're not really going to grow that way.
It was a whole industry where people have careers doing what I've been doing my whole life.
Although it's my passion, I really love doing it. It's like sometimes I just stay up at night doing what I love, creating whatever, you know?
I have the mentality that all this work I'm doing right now is temporary. Because once I get to the next level, all this will just be a part of the past. So that if I don't do this, I won't get there. So by me thinking like that, it just helps me just zoom by everything I have to do.
I'm a self-motivated person. Like whatever I want, I'm gonna get, and that's what I'm like big on, because if I want it, like I know that only I can make it happen.
Hey man, don't give up, man. I'm doing it. It's no excuse, man. If you really want something, you're gonna do it no matter what, so.